It reminds me of a factory. Hello, welcome to episode 20 of that RowRow and Kades podcast. My name is Kelly, also known as RowRow and Kades, and this is a knitting and designing podcast from the northeast of England. Welcome if you're returning, that's amazing, and welcome back, I should say, if you're returning, and welcome if you are new. I've noticed there's a few new people here, so that's really lovely. First, straight up front, I need to tell you, this section could be a little bit darker than the rest because I've gone to edit today and the front section of the podcast is completely missing. I don't know where it's gone. I don't know why it didn't record. It's also the third attempt at recording the podcast this week and I just haven't got it in me to record again. So I'm just going to do the section that's missing and shove it on the front. So it might have a bit of a colour issue. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go straight in because I think I tell you everything else in the end of the podcast and everything. I hope. But if it's a bit choppy, I apologise completely. Yes, so we're going to jump straight in with my one and only finished object, which is my most Ardently socks. So these were finally completed on Friday and the pattern was released yesterday. So I did a proper James Bond right down to the last second to get them out. So the most Ardently socks you will have seen already. They come in a cuff down with a heel flap and gusset. I'm on my phone rather than my camera, so I've got to hold things a bit differently. So I apologise. Cuff down, heel flap and gusset. This one's the mid-length, obviously. That version also comes in a shorty. And then you've seen before already, there's the toe up with the German short row heel, and this also comes mid-length as well as shorty. So yeah, it's now out. It's currently at 15% off, which is another reason why I wanted to get this podcast out, because it's 15% off at the minute, but that offer ends on Wednesday the 6th. Today, the day of recording is Tuesday the 5th of April, and I'm hoping that I can get this out tonight because it's midnight BST, so midnight British summertime. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 6th, the 15% will stop. So yeah, fingers crossed. So these are knitted in Elizabeth Pawle soft sock in the winter light colour, which is this beautiful variegated pinks and purples with bits of black, yellow, orange and green in there, and it's just stunning. You can see it on the sole there. Bits of green. It's just so pretty. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, there's so many options in the pattern. There is also tutorials listed. If you follow my YouTube, if you're a subscriber already, you would have seen 2 new tutorials went up on Friday, I think, for Judy's Magic Cast On and Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy Cast Off. I think those names are the right way around. Judy and Jenny, thank you very much for your amazing work. Yeah, so they are both worked on the taupe version. There's also a German short row heel tutorial. There is also inside the pattern there is stills on working German short rows. Yeah, it's a bumper of a pattern. I think there's 15 pages because there's the 2 different constructions, and then there's lots of German short row stuff in there. So yes, if you like it, it's super simple. I had a couple of beginners in the test knit and they loved it, thought it was great. It's a super simple twisted rib and eyelet pattern. and it's just really pretty. It's really pretty. So there we go. Most Ardently, that is my only finished object, and trust me, Friday I finished the second one of these, and then I had to write up the pattern on Saturday. I had to do, I didn't have to photograph, but I did have to edit and get all the stills for the German short row in the pattern on Sunday. Monday I photographed the socks and then released the pattern on Monday afternoon. So yeah, just call me James. I mean, I should say just call me Bond, James Bond, and I'll have a, oh sorry James, I'll have a rum and coke, love. I don't fancy martinis, even if they're stirred. So, or shaken. So now, the other video should be coming, so it might go brighter now, I think. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just, I'm having a real week. Okay, so the next thing that I've been working on is kind of a half-finished object. So if you remember, I was showing you, I think it was the last episode, the Hobbii, yeah, it was the last episode, I don't know. But it was the Hobbii yarns that I had. It's rainbow sock. And I had it in the 4-ply, and I also had it in the 8-ply. So I've got grey and Bordeaux in the 8-ply. I think that's sand and that's dark olive. Stunning colours. I have to say the grey 8-ply was a little bit lumpy. I think I just had a dodgy ball because the Bordeaux was absolutely fine, but the grey was lumpy. It did have like bits of like kind of like slubby bits in there, but it's not a slubby yarn. But I think I just ended up with a dodgy ball. But I want to be upfront with you. So I had those, and I was working on a sock. So I finished that sock. So here it is. So again, this was cuffed down with a heel flap and gusset, and I went for a stripy sole because of the gusset, because the way the gusset works. It's quite difficult to keep a pattern going through that gusset when you're decreasing, and every size is different and things like that. So I did the striping, but I've also done a little shorty toe up version, and I did the pattern all the way through. I kind of like that. Sorry, I had to go for a phone call, so I'm not exactly sure what I was telling you. But basically, yes, I have worked these so that the patterning goes all the way around, and I really like that. And I don't like this as much. But tell me what you think, because there is options. I think the options is I can offer both styles, but I will offer both styles, but the toe up will have this all the way around with maybe an option for striping, but the cuff down will only have the striping option. Or I could just do the cuff down with a German short row heel, which is a lovely fit. I know a lot of people like the heel flap and gusset, but I think for this sock, for it to work beautifully like that, it can't have a heel flap and gusset. It has to have striping. Let me know what you think. But I have finished both of them. I want to get it into testing, but the reason it hasn't is because of this sole issue. And I'm probably going to do a Instagram vote. I did do an Instagram vote on the name. So I asked people for name ideas, because I was stuck on Labyrinth. I really wanted to call it Labyrinth, but there's so many socks called, well, just patterns in general called Labyrinth. Kind of gets lost in the mix if you pick the same name as everybody else. So I like something a bit unusual. And I did a vote, and there was lots of name ideas went in, and we narrowed it down, and the winning name was Daedalus. Daedalus, people pronounce it all different ways. But basically, Daedalus is the mythical Greek creator of labyrinths, which I thought was brilliant. So I really like this one. Oh, tell me what you think. Anyway, so that's those. I need to do the other ones. I need to get them into testing. Oh, I'll show you what I mean about the slubby bits on the grey, so you can see it here. See this little... They were popping up quite a lot. I think a lot of them are on the inside. Yeah, there's another one on the inside. So it's a bit unfortunate. It was only the grey that was doing it. But yeah, full disclosure for you. And this is, show you the inside. This pattern is not colour work, it is mosaic. So you're only knitting with one colour per round. It just uses slip stitches. So there you go. It's a really cool way of doing colour work. Right, so that is those. They're so thick, I won't be wearing them for a while. They're really thick. Lovely. Right, so that's Daedalus. So the other thing I've been working on is Terry's sock. It's all socks still, isn't it? I'm getting out of it, I promise. So Terry's sock, as you saw, was in Hobbie's Silly Sock yarn, which was gifted to me. And this is the Witty Joker colourway. I love it so much. So I've worked the leg and the heel flap on the second one. I haven't picked up for the gusset or anything yet. But so much fun. I didn't match them up. Terry walks around the house wearing odd socks anyway. So I didn't bother like finding the start to make them the same, and he kind of didn't want that anyway. He wanted to, they're supposed to be silly socks, aren't they? So they are odd, sisters, not twins, but absolutely love them. The only thing I wish I'd done is on the cast on, there was, this one ended on a cream section of the toe, and I thought it was longer than what it actually is. So it actually only goes halfway around the cast on and then it turns into red. I don't know how much of that you can see, if it's focusing. But I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I'd just started on the red because it looks a bit weird, especially at the front. But hey ho, I ain't pulling it out to do that again. So just the gusset and the foot to go, almost there. So I should have them finished next time you see me. Really love this yarn. Absolutely love it. It's so much fun. It's not like beautifully soft or anything, but it'll be good hard wearing yarn for socks. So I definitely recommend. And I'm using my Knit Pro Symphonies to knit these, which just, all my needles are metal. This is my only pair of wooden needles other than some really cheapy bamboo things that I got off eBay years ago. And they just scare me. They're just a little bit too delicate for me. And I'm a bit of a bull in a china shop, so, and so is my dog who snapped the last ones. So yeah, she's a big stretch when I said that. She knows I'm talking about her. So the next thing I've got to show you, and the last thing, my last whip, is my Chunky Dahlia by Lene, or Lene, Holme, Samsøe, I think. I'm sorry if that's wrong. So I put a marker from where I was last time. So I've done a fair bit. very beautiful. It's got a very strange smell to this yarn, a bit like, it reminds me of a factory. It's not a nice smell. It's knitted in West Yorkshire Spinners Retreat. This is the Tranquil colourway, which is, it's just a really beautiful deep rust colour. So yes, last time you see me, I had a little bit left of the yoke to do, and I did finish it. I'm on the body, I've separated for the sleeves, as you can see. I got so far down, and then I noticed that on the back, one of my leaves is skewy. See if you can spot it. You see this one, this middle one. It's supposed to look like this, but it's kind of like all weird. But I'm not pulling it out. My hair will cover it anyway. It's obviously where I've started the round each time and I just haven't started right or something. I don't know, but it's gone a bit weird. But I'm not pulling it out. I'm not going all that way back. So I have the body to work on this, and then the sleeves. I think it's just, the rest of it is just plain stocking stitch, I think. Just gonna have a quick look. Yeah, stocking stitch and rib. So, oh, there's my ball band. Chunky roving. It is very, it's very splitty yarn, and yeah, it's really not, it hasn't been like spun that much. I don't know if you can tell. So it is very much like, it is roving, but it's lovely. It just smells funny. So that is my chunky Dahlia. Not much else to show you on that. Hopefully, I don't think I'll have it done next time. Because I've got a big project that I need to start on, which I'm going to show you now. But hopefully soon. So there is another big project on the needles, which is a design project that people have been asking me for a while, and that is my Moonglade top. So if you remember last year, I released, I'll put a picture up here, I released the Moonglade dress, which is a little girl's dress, and people asked me for an adult version, a lot of people. And so I started to design it. The sketch is here. There is a mood board done. I'll put that up as well. Like, the design is in progress. I've done the maths and everything, but I'm having a lot of issues. So I'm going to show you. So it's not on the needles because it's going to get pulled out, but I wanted to wait and show you guys first. So the Moonglade dress has a lateral braid going around the neck, and then it's a raglan top down dress. Unfortunately, in the bigger sizes, I've realised the lateral braid flips over, and I've tried everything to stop it from doing that, but it's just, it doesn't want to stay flat. It is going to flip over. Once I figure out how to fix this issue, and I've fixed it in the top, I'm going to go back and fix it in the dress, because the bigger sizes do flip. So I'll fix that in the dress later in the year. But this one, I talked to one of my testers from the dress who knitted the biggest size. She knit the age 10, and she said it has started to flip. Blocking does fix it, but not forever, just it will start to flip. So I talked to her about it, and she'd give me the idea to do a I-cord cast off, because it kind of runs the same way as the lateral braid. So it kind of looks similar. So that I-cord cast on isn't very good, and it's not very nice. So we would be starting with a provisional cast on, which I know a lot of you don't like, but if we want the same sort of look, that's what we have to do. So provisional cast on, And then it's got these lovely lace sleeves. And the rest of it is just stocking stitch. It's like quite a wide neckline. And then the sleeves come down. So yeah, it's not working out the way I had planned, and it's causing a lot of bother. So this is my 5th one, and this is coming out. But this week I have plans to just sort this top. So the next time you see me, I might not have had a lot of things finished because I might just be concentrating on this. But we'll see how it goes. I really want to get it done because I want it out for summer, because it's a summery top. So I want it out, and it's got to go through testing and everything first. So obviously it's like, it's a bit stressed. But it'll get done. And what's the other thing I wanted to tell you? That's getting done. I think that's it. So that's all I'm working on at the minute. It's not that much really. I'm trying to branch away from socks a bit. But I seem to still be surrounded by socks. I've still got my Potter and Bloom sock to make as well. I'm only halfway through that. So I'm going to show you my acquisitions. I've just said I'm going to break away from socks. So Hobbii have asked me to join in with their Here Comes the Sun campaign. Couldn't think of the word then. Here Comes the Sun campaign, and you basically have to design something in yellow. And I had a pair of socks in mind that would be perfect in yellow, so I got this colour from them, which is curry. So this is in the 4-ply rainbow sock. So it's a lovely vibrant yellow. Yellow is way out of my comfort zone. I don't normally knit in yellow at all, but this is kind of more on an ochre side of things, which I don't mind so much. I prefer like ochre to lemon sort of thing. So yeah, I do have a new sock design coming that's in these. I can only show it periodically when I've got set dates of showing things. So I will show you as they go, but yeah, it's more socks. But you know, we're coming around to summer, and you kind of don't really knit big jumpers and things. We kind of knit socks and stuff, don't we? So yeah, they also sent me this amazing vacuum flask, which says this on the side, and it keeps my water really nice and cool. And I couldn't believe it when I opened the box and seen these. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. You can also get Stay Hydrated and keep crocheting. So I'm going to put the links below. I'll put the link below for the rainbow yarn anyway, because I've been using it quite often. But I'll put the links below for these as well, because they're so cool. And they feel really nice as well. They're like really smooth, and it's like almost like you can squidge it, but you can't. So yeah, I got this lovely flask. That's all my acquisitions. I haven't been buying because I'm going to the yarn festival soon, so I'm trying really hard not to buy anything. So that's that, and then that's it. Life stuff. Let me tell you some life stuff. So it is my birthday on Friday. I'm so excited. I'm not excited for how old I'm going to be. I'm going to be 46. But I am excited because I'm going to get to eat some cake, which I love. I'm going to get to eat some Chinese food, which I love and haven't had for ages. And then I'm going to drink a little bit more rum than I normally would drink on a Friday. So I'm going to be drunk and eating Chinese food and cake. It will be a messy business, and I'm excited for it. So yes, birthday on Friday. Today I am taking my eldest to the X-ray department because he fell off a chair last weekend. Not the weekend just gone, the weekend before that. He was sitting on like a kind of fold up chair, He was with my parents. He was sitting on this fold-up chair, and he was sitting with his legs crossed underneath him, and the chair collapsed, so he went down and he landed on his foot, and it, like the side of his foot hit the floor. And since then it's been hurting on and off. So yesterday I took him to the doctor, and she thinks he's possibly, because it's took so long to heal, she thinks it's possibly like a hairline fracture. So we have to go to the x-ray department today and get that done. What else have I got to do? I am currently decorating an Easter egg thing. I'll put pictures up, but it's not finished yet. So I'll put some pictures up, but then I'll show you next time the finished pictures. But it's like it's Easter egg decorating competition, and he's doing Finding Nemo. So yeah, it's a bit full on, but Rowan absolutely loves all that stuff. So yeah, but that's pretty much it. It's like busy. I feel like I'm running around all over the place, but nothing's actually really happening. So yes, that is me. Sorry if this was a bit flat, but this is the 4th time recording this podcast, and I'm a little bit sick of telling you about these socks. So yeah, I will see you in a couple of weeks, and hopefully episode 21 records like a breeze, and I don't have any issues, and it's nice and bright like this, and I don't have any issues there either. So I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye. You can say hello. Look, who's this? Look, who's this? Who's that? You can say hello. Say hello. No?